right, so I am here with another round of my weekly picks. It's week 15. Only 4 of these left for the regular season. That's nuts to me. And you look at week 14, it was a solid performance for me for sure. 10-3 picking the winners straight up. 9-4 against the spread. I would take that performance if I had it every single week throughout the course of the entire season. That would make me a prolific pigskin prognosticator. Easy for me to say. I couldn't even get fucking through it the first time. Let's try that again. A prolific pigskin prognosticator. Prolific pigskin prognosticator. Fuck. Anyways, that's what you tune in for. The so-so audio quality that no matter how many of these different lapel mics I buy, it doesn't make a fucking difference. We'll get a new camera. It's a 1080p. It shouldn't be the problem. I've got the sound coming from this because I don't want it to sound like the sound's coming from a webcam. No, it's a new laptop. I've had the laptop less than a year. The laptop should not be the issue. Whatever. Season to date, though, picking the winners against the spread. 127-65, picking the winners straight up. 109-83 against the spread. So let's see if I can continue my momentum for some of these recent weeks and have a good outing in week 15. It started Thursday night. I thought the Rams would win. I wasn't buying like the 49ers kicking the Bears' ass because I know the Bears are dog shit now, right? Meanwhile, the Rams are starting to find their flow a little bit. The 49ers are a mess. So even though they were favored by 3, the Rams, they got it done. So kudos there. Starting off with the positive for the week. Always will take that. Now in terms of the rest of this weekend's action, we'll go to the Sunday early games. You got the Chiefs traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Am I missing something? Why are the Chiefs only 4-point favorites here? I understand the thought process of, well, the Chiefs have played a lot of one-score games this year, and the Browns and Jameis would be just the type of team to give them a one-score game, especially in Cleveland. I suppose that's true, right? So I could totally understand this line, but I'm still going to have to play it safe and take the Chiefs minus a 4. You've got the Bengals traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Certainly a disappointing season for the Cincinnati Bengals and frankly for Tennessee. Realistically, about the season you expected them to have unless Will Levis really, really balled out. He hasn't, so they haven't, right? Cincinnati's favored by 5. I guess I'll take the Bengals minus a 5 here. You've got the Commanders traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints, and Jake Hayner's going to get the start. That picture they're like announcing he's going to start with all type of sus. So you would assume the Commanders should be able to go in there and win big, but it is a road game, and you just never know. And I like Washington to win, but I do like the Saints to maybe backdoor cover around the 7.5. You've got the Ravens traveling to New York to take on the Giants, and I've heard Tommy DeVito is going to start. I don't know why they're so insistent upon him starting because he absolutely fucking sucks. Tommy Cutlets is Tommy dog shit. That said, this feels like totally an opportunity for a get-right game for the Ravens, and I certainly expect it is, but that 16-point spread's still kind of scary. And as bad as the Giants suck, it's a little too rich for my blood at this point. So I like the Ravens to win. I like the Giants to somehow, some way, miraculously cover the 16-point spread. Maybe they get like a defensive and or special teams touchdown. You got the Cowboys traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. And look at where we're at. The Panthers now are 3-point favorites. And they should be. The Panthers recently have done a pretty good job of covering the spread. I like that to continue here. Give me Carolina minus 3. You've got the Jets traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. Both teams at 3-10. Both teams, maybe with some outside delusions of possibility of getting the top overall pick. This is a draft position battle, right? Thank God I'm not a fan of either one of those teams, so I don't have to watch that dog shit. I still, like for the life of me. So I think the Jets determined Zach Wilson wasn't going to work out and went and got Aaron Rodgers before 2023. But, what did you think was going to happen here in 2024? And you can't just put it on him, and it's certainly not all on him because it absolutely isn't. But, a piece of it is. What a mess. I like the Jags plus a 3.5. Fuck it, who cares? Why not, right? You've got the Dolphins traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. And, you look at the Texans this year, some of the stuff about Al Zahir and, kind of his dirty play, his dirty hits, especially in Trevor Lawrence. Meanwhile, the Texans don't feel like they took the big step forward that you would expected them to this year. Still a playoff level team, but expected to see a little more progression from them. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, this is the type of spot you say, hey, they could show up well here until you realize that they haven't done very well under Mike McDaniel against teams that are over 500. So I'll play the numbers here. Give me the Texans -3. Shifting over to the late Sunday afternoon games, you've got the Colts traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos, and if the Colts have any thoughts or delusions of trying to make the playoffs, they absolutely must win this game. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, would be a really, really big win for them. And especially if Bo Nix can play well, it certainly furthers his case for being Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Broncos are 4-point favorites here. I could see this one getting kind of squirrely, I like Denver to win, but I do like Indy. Maybe I'm hedging my bets here a little bit. I like Indy to cover the 4-point spread. A couple of marquee games, though, in the late Sunday action. Certainly some really good ones, at least in theory. You've got the Bills traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. I like the Lions there minus the 2.5, but a potential Super Bowl preview it certainly is. Then you've got that Keystone State matchup between Western and Eastern Pennsylvania. The Steelers traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. This should be a really good one. I'm a little surprised the Eagles are 5.5-point favorites here. I think they're the better team, but 5.5 seems like giving a lot. So I like Eagles to win, but I like Pittsburgh to cover the 5.5. Then you've got the Buccaneers and the Chargers, and that's another undercover kind of good matchup here. Chargers coming off of a painful loss to the Chiefs last week. Buccaneers trying to cement their place atop the NFC South. Big one for both teams, frankly. I like the Chargers in this one. Give me them -3. And then I'll take the Patriots. No, I won't. I'm sorry. I'll take the Cardinals -6 over the Patriots. I almost got carried away there. Yikes, indeed. Sunday night matchup should be pretty good. You've got the Packers traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Maybe we'll get another Fail Mary there, huh? Wouldn't that be awesome? Ugh. Anyways, Packers are favored by 2.5. Fuck Green Bay. Give me Seattle plus the 2.5. Because why? Because reasons. That's why. Then you got a doubleheader on Monday night, which again, whatever. And if you're going to do doubleheaders on Monday night, shouldn't you put forth a more attractive set of games than this? Couldn't you flex these games? Shouldn't you have flexed these games? Who's the asshole that keeps putting Bears football in prime time? Stop doing that. You got Chicago traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, who sit at 11-2. Give me Minnesota -7. I know the Bears, forced overtime a couple of weeks ago, but come on. The wheels are falling off even more since that point. They're doing their best to really, really give up, so I don't see why that wouldn't continue in prime time. And then you got the Falcons traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Ooh. Raiders fans lose out! Bring us Shador! Bring us Cam Ward! Bring us somebody for the love of fucking humanity! Yeah, give me Atlanta -4. Those are my picks for Week 15. We're going to see how everything plays out.